And Christmas time is a time when families get together over the holiday period. Certain families who have lost loved ones earlier in the year have to come to terms with their loss at this time, and our thoughts are with these families at this particular time. One such family is the McDermott family. If you remember John McDermott, who commentated on the Wigan video for approximately 10 years, he used to do hospital broadcasting for about 10 years before that. Sadly passed away in October, just before the start of the World Cup. He was a legend in Wigan. He'd been a schoolmaster, a headmaster, a referee. He's coached rugby. As I say, he'd been a broadcaster for well over 40 years, involved in these professions, and some of the lads that's been on the field here at Central Park has actually taught as they've came through the ranks. He was a friend and an adversary, especially when we met for the Wigan Saints clashes, as we are today, and at the Easter time. He'll be sadly missed by all his family, his friends, Micron especially. So John McDermott, we remember you. Rest in peace, my friend. Welcome to Central Park for what could be the last traditional Boxing Day derby between the Saints and Wigan, even though talks are underway for having a challenge match at Boxing Day and New Year's Day when we come to summer rugby. But the Saints, a decimated side for this afternoon. I've been down at St Helens this week, and the training room, it just favoured something out of casualty. But the Saints have got to get on with the job, haven't they? And veteran campaigner Phil Beavers, who turned the game for us at Castleford midweek, he's been entrusted with the captain's role and geeing the lads up for this afternoon, obviously. The Saints side for this afternoon, Danny Arnold at full-back. Mike Riley back in the fold at Saints, is on the right wing. Andy Haig is his partner, the right centre. Kevin O'Loughlin making his debut in the first squad. Left centre with Steve Prescott moving out to the left wing. Phil Waring and Phil Beavers are the half-back partnership, with Andy Leatham, Gareth Cunningham and Nick Devine in the front row. Gareth Cunningham and Nick Devine both making their debuts in the first team. Paul Anderson in the second row, another debutant. He lines up with Chris Morley, and Simon Booth is loose forward. Substitutes are James Arkwright, Richard Shield, Paul Matheson and Martin Walker. Only Richard Shield been in the first team this season. The Wigan side, the mighty Wigan, they are out on the pitch. Gary Connolly at full-back, Jason Robinson, Vega Twigamala, Chris Radlinski and Martin O'Fire. The three-quarters, Henry Paul and Sean Edwards, the prolific half-back pairing. Neil Cowie, Martin Hall, Terry O'Connor in the front row. Scott Quinnell, Mick Cassidy and Simon Horton, the back three. And they have Rob Smythe, Andrew Johnson, Andy Craig and Martin Dermott on the bench. Phil Beavers captain with Sean Edwards. The matchday mascots there centre field. You with Micron video for the traditional Yuletide derby. Plenty of spectators here, a packed house. The capacity reduced to round about 26,000 with the new rulings and safety regulations. Saints with an uphill battle. No less than 11 players out of the regular first team squad. And Eric Hughes obviously drafting the youngsters in. They've got to be blooded at some time, but I know he wouldn't want to blood them so early. Referee Stuart Cummins gets us underway. Waves time on. Sean Edwards for Wigan. Now it's to Jason Robinson, and there's going to be a lot of pride in that blue and white striped jersey for the Saints today. A lot of these youngsters with things to prove. Tackling's going to be paramount, and as you can see, the Saints moving in quickly, but can they sustain it for the full 80 minutes? This is the question that's going to be answered, or going to be asked. Cowie. Saints move in. Gareth Cunningham, Simon Booth, Martin Hall, Gareth Cunningham in there. Gareth is the nephew of Kieran Cunningham. Kieran is the brother of Eddie Cunningham, and Gareth is the son of Eddie Cunningham. Wigan kick the ball deep. Danny Arnold sidesteps in there, but Twigger-Marler, Terry O'Connor, two of the tacklers in there, along with Cassidy in the second row. Nick Devine, some of these lads outstanding in the A team, obviously hoping to get into the first team. They've got the chance now, and it's up to them to see what they can do and put their expertise into practice. Paul Anderson, strong running second rower, Hall to the ground. Quinnell, Saints bringing it blindside. Gareth Cunningham, he breaks quickly, last one of the sequence. Kevin O'Loughlin at dummy half, turns it to Phil Vevers. Vevers puts it crossfield. It's over onto the Martin O'Fire wing. Martin O'Fire will let it roll into touch. Just inside the Wigan 20. They know they're going to get head and feed at the scrum. Terry O'Connor though just being treated. Took a knock, slight knock. Just over 2 minutes gone on the clock. Wigan break, take it on the blind side. Chris Morley quickly in, along there with Phil Vevers, his captain. Cassidy, he comes through, but Saints pegged for offside. Oh, and a quick hurried kick by Edwards. Doesn't gain as much yardage as he would have liked to. Hall will restart. O'Connor, first man in. Booth round the top. O'Loughlin and Leatham complete the other tacklers. Now it's Cowie. Wigan, the mighty Wigan, be expected to punch holes in the Saints today. But as I said, there's a lot of pride at stake. They're making good yardage of Wigan, moving it upfield. Robinson quickly in there and spread it. Henry Paul, down to Twigger-Marler. Twigger-Marler slips it to a Fire. Oh, Fire's well taken. The ball's turned inside and Saints come up with possession. Usually the spot on Wigan that are backing up there was taken down that time. Edwards moves up quickly, but he's penalised for moving too quick, not marking up correctly at the play of the ball. Excuse me, bitterly cold day here at Central Park. As you can see, plenty of frost on the pitch. Unfortunately, the Wigan under soil heating has had a few gremlins in it. It's broken down for a couple of days. The pitch is extremely hard, but obviously it must be playable. Bad pass there, tidied up well by Phil Vevers. Sits again just inside the Wigan half. Gareth Cunningham scampers away. Gareth Cunningham in a hooker. Kieran, his uncle, a hooker, another uncle of his, Tommy Cunningham, used to play in the hooking role for St Helens before moving to Warrington. But it's Saints in possession, no score at present. The Saints moving it down. Paul Anderson just held down short. Quick play the ball. Steve Prescott from the acting half-back position into the Wigan 20, the last one of the sequence, 15 metres from the Wigan try line. O'Loughlin attacked in half, now with Vevers. Vevers puts a tester. Simon Booth chasing it. Connolly's underneath it, and Connolly takes it dead. Does he? No. He did take it on the full. Wigan play it quickly, and a Fire flips it over to Jason Robinson. They catch the Saints on the hop, but it's Robinson still going. Finally hauled down by Kevin O'Loughlin. Quick play the ball by Wigan. Catching the opposition on the hop. They're going to employ all their strategic strategy to try and beat the Saints today. All the tricks of the trade, and they've got multi-talent in the ranks, haven't they? But loose play, Saints are pressing up. Edwards, short ball there, Horton. He's held down 10 metres short, but right in front of the sticks. Saints urge to get onside. Edwards turns it inside. A good run from Cassidy. He's just short of the line. Saints penalised for offside. We apologise for the stanchions that are in your view. We are ensconced at the back of the Douglas stand for this afternoon's clash. A bitterly cold day here. But Henry Paul going to go for the goal. Saints penalised for moving up too quickly in an offside position at that play of the ball, and they had to do, didn't they? Wigan played the ball from the centre spot after Connolly had Connolly had taken, beg your pardon, after Connolly had taken it in the in-goal area. Wigan started from the centre of the 20-metre line, broke quickly and broke all the way up, nearly breached the Saints line. Excellent set of 6. And now Henry Paul going to try and put the first points on the board. All points are crucial, even though, as I said before, you would expect Wigan to punch holes in this Saints team in the defence this afternoon. Approaching 7 minutes gone. Henry Paul composing himself. Strikes it well, strikes it cleanly, and puts it between the uprights. And Wigan take a 2-0 lead after 6 minutes play. Wigan have not been playing well the last few weeks, had their copybook blotted for only the second time this season by Oldham at Watersheddings. 28-26 was the score. They lost also at Headingley by 22 points to 11. Those are Wigan's only 2 defeats. Saints' colours have been lowered 5 times this season. Once by the mighty Wigan at St Helens in the 3rd match of the season, when Saints seemed to be on song, but Wigan quickly went into a 32-0 lead. It's a lead that Saints obviously couldn't come back from. Divine. Twigamala takes him down, 10 metres short of the halfway. O'Loughlin from the acting half-back position tries to make forward progress, about 9 metres. Gareth Cunningham steps up at acting half. Saints move it cross-field. Wigan also move up quickly. Whirring onto Booth. Rangy lad Booth, centre half wingman, playing in the loose forward berth this evening, or this afternoon I should say. Hurried kick there from Phil Whirring. The ball going directly into touch, and Wigan will restart. The turnover just on the halfway line. Edwards, O'Connor, Leatham in with a tackle. Now it's Cassidy. Hall attacked in half. Now it's with Edwards, trying to create the gap, draws the men in, moves the ball over to the left, tries to draw the St Helens defence. Connolly now, the ex-Saint, in the full-back position for the Riversiders this afternoon. Once again, Wigan charge at the Saints line. Cowie, it's the last tackle of the sequence. The ball will probably come to Edwards. Let's see what this lad does. Wigan are spreading it. Henry Paul chips it through, gets a favourable touch, but Radlinski went without the ball. He turned round, he didn't know what had happened. Saints are penalised for reaping the ball out. Controversial decision there. Radlinski got a favourable bounce. Wigan with another set of 6. Saints defence tested. A scrum down. Saints feed. A forward pass obviously given. So Wigan, they had another set of 6. They was 10 metres from the Saints line. And they give a forward pass. Saints with the head and feet at the scrum. But Twigamala, power of this big Western Samoan, pushing Arnold back. Kevin O'Loughlin. Cunningham attacked in half. Wigan moving up quickly, pressing the Saints and holding the Saints in their own 20. Gang tackling going to be the order of the day. A professional outfit like Wigan certainly know how to contain a side like St Helens, especially with so many debutants in the ranks. No fewer than 7. There's a lot of pride at stake. Cassidy comes up with a loose ball. Saints handling just being tested there. Cowie. Anderson brings him down. Waring was there as well. Now it's Hall. Wigan looking for runners. Quinnell. Edwards moves it out to the left. Henry Paul. Wigan within a whisker of the Saints try line. Well, the ball's been knocked forward. Referee Cummins right in on the job, and it's a scrum down with the Saints head and feed again. 20 metres in from that Sullivan stand side, and 10 metres from the Saints line. Beavers feeds. Waring, Andy Haig. Gareth Cunningham looking for the way through, but Wigan bring him down. Haig at dummy half. Nick Devine, strong running forward. Devine. Cunningham again, pirouettes, drives forward. Characteristic Cunningham style. There's some talent in that Cunningham family, isn't there? Beavers. Waring. O'Loughlin. Arnold at the acting half. Saints still in possession. The score 2-0 in Wigan's favour. We've had 12 minutes gone on the clock. Deep kick downfield. Robinson plays it. And Jason Robinson builds up. Breaks through the first line of defence. Taken down at the third attempt by Phil Beavers. Martin Afire coming in off the wing. Morley grips him round the chest. Stops him spreading the ball. And Andy Leatham was there as well. O'Connor for Wigan. Simon Horton in at the loose forward position. A rampaging second rower. Well, that looked a hint forward from our advantage position. That's Cassidy. Strong runner. Play anywhere, Cassidy. Anywhere in the forwards, well, anywhere in the team. Edwards, lovely crisp ball to Henry Paul. Lofted pass. It's still on. Steve Prescott hacks it forward. Well, the referees brought play back for a knock-on. The ball was loose. I was following the play, and Steve Prescott hacked it forward. Must have touched St Helens' hand. Looks as though he's given head and feed to Wigan. Edwards coming up with ball possession. The ball was lofted out. Must have touched the Saints' hand and gone forward. Wigan head and feed. Edwards takes it centre field. Henry Paul. Twigger-Marler coming in. Oh, Twigger-Marler pulls up a head of steam. Slips the ball out. Wigan getting a little bit tied up there. Radlinski. He plays it quickly. Henry Paul slips it out. Back to Radlinski. Edwards. Wigan going through the repertoire, but the Saints are holding him at present. Cowie slips it out. Jason Robinson is going to be in. Yes, Robinson in for the first try. Even though Wigan made hard work of it, Robinson finally goes in. Jason Robinson finished it off. Twigger-Marler started it centre field. He went to that top right hand corner as you're viewing. Slipped it to Radlinski. Radlinski was tackled. Then it came back across field. Edwards sprayed the ball. Went out to Cowie. Cowie made the burst. The St Helens defence looks as though it was going to be held. But then he slipped it to Robinson. It was an awkward pass. Robinson picked it up cleanly and had the strength and the guile to go over in the corner here, just about 5 metres in on the 20 metre line. Strikes it well. It looks a good one from here. Oh yes, that's a perfect shot. That Paul converts it, and Wigan are in the lead by 8-0. Wigan in the lead. Gary Connolly kicks it deep. Saints have the possession. Gang tackling there. O'Connor and Quinnell, two giant forwards. And Twigger-Marler In at the tackling again, Steve Prescott pushes 2 off. He's dragged towards touch by Henry Paul. Manages to keep in field. Gareth Cunningham shrugs the first tackle off. Cassidy goes down, just looks as though he's taking a little bit of a knock. As all the Saints 4 substitutes come out of the dugout. And Saints lose possession. Radlinski, the tackle finally completed by Beavers. Hall at dummy half. Tackle count wave clean, as you can see there, as Neil Cowie, always eager to drive forward, in the place of Kelvin Skerritt, out with an ankle injury. Connolly was also doubtful for this afternoon, but he's out there on the park. Sean Edwards as well was maybe doubtful. Edwards and Paul working the loop movement. Simon Horton driving for the line. Horton, this big rampaging forward, held down 2 metres short. Connolly gives the dummy, slips it to Henry Paul, and we're going to in again. Quinnell, powerful Welsh forward there, goes in. Good work by Wigan. They moved it left. Saints had a man out of the line. Connolly just held that ball there. Phil Worthing came in looking for the interception, looking to close the pass down, but Quinnell in for the second try in the space of 4 minutes, and it extends the Wigan lead to 12 points to 0. 12-0, and Paul again. Just a formality, I would imagine. Certainly is. Paul's third of the afternoon. His second converted try, and Wigan with a 14-point gap. Connolly again will restart from the centre spot with one of these new rules where the scoring side kicks off. And Saints make a mistake. Well, they regather it. They did really well on the far side. Andy Leatham, the man, hit his legs, knocked it forward, had the presence of mind to follow it up, and regathered the ball with a lot of Wigan players running forward. Gareth Cunningham attacked in half-back. It's Nick Devine, I think, that's been hauled down. Paul Anderson. Hall back. O'Connor. Henry Paul. Tugamala. Simon Booth now running diagonally. Turns out a one tackle. Gets up again, but meets Sean Edwards and Mick Cassidy. Last one of the sequence for the Saints. Positional kicker for this afternoon, Phil Beavers. Puts it crossfield. Jason Robinson sits up nice for him. Robinson releases it back to Cowie. Nick Devine comes in quickly. Can't close Cowie down. But Andy Leatham's there, along with Andy Haig. But Wigan charge again, and Connolly. He moves it forward. Wigan again, just going through the repertoire. Moves that they go through week in, week out. Horton turns it back inside. Quinnell with a block-busting run. Edwards takes it under a lot of pressure. An awkward ball. He dragged it in with one arm, pulled it towards his chest. Now it's Henry Paul. Takes a high one off Danny Arnold, but it plays on. It's the last one of the sequence. Wigan there again, looking for the third try. Trigger-Marler drives for the line. He's held short, is he? Well, he's held up over the line. The referee, well, it's not over the line. The referee says he's give the indication that he was held short or held up, and if that's the case, well, it should have been a scrum, shouldn't it? But obviously he was just tackled, so I don't know why that the referee gave that indication. But Saints come away with it. Danny Arnold right into O'Connor. Quinnell, Steve Prescott, Beavers. Saints going through the motions, spreading the ball out, looking for the chinks in the Wigan armour, and I don't think they're going to appear this afternoon, are they? O'Loughlin. Beavers trying to draw the Wigan defence in, looking to spread the ball. Didn't work that way. Good cover defence. Edwards the captain, along with Horton and O'Connor. Waring puts the ball downfield. Robinson plays it. Saints cover defence, comes across. The tackling has to be spot on. You can't afford to give any of these Wigan players an inch. They're away like the Clappers. Cowie. Nick Devine in at the tackle. Haig was there as well, but Wigan lose possession. Saints snap up on it, and Saints have got to try and capitalise on the Wigan mistakes this afternoon, if there are any. Morley coming crossfield, taken down by Quinnell. Saints move it left again. Paul Anderson. Certainly, as they say, the old baptism of fire this afternoon for these debutants. 7 making the debut, including 3 on the bench. Nick Devine at dummy half. The ball with Evers. Wigan line up. Saints have the possession. Mike Riley coming in off the wing, looking for a little bit of action. Now it's with Waring. Slightly hurried kick, but Connolly comes across. Robinson's with him. Steve Prescott comes in on Gary Connolly. Takes him from the back, and 3 other Saints players come in to wrap him up. Hall at dummy half. Robinson goes infield. Both Robinson and Fire come in at regular intervals, relieve the pressure off the forwards. But it's now with Quinnell. Watch this man go. Taken down by the shirt collar. Well, the ball wasn't played correctly. Quinnell got up and didn't play it correctly. Just carried on. And the referee penalises Wigan. Saints captain Phil Beavers. Kicks for touch on the open side and finds touch on the Wigan 20. Gareth Cunningham will restart. Waring onto Simon Booth. The ball's knocked out of Booth's hands. Robinson accepts it. The ferocity of the tackle there. Henry Paul the man. Cassidy now. Wigan back in possession. After Saints putting some good rugby as they run cross fields. Some good dummy runners. But alas, the tackle just shaking the ball away from Simon Booth's hands. Paul Edwards. Twigger-Marler. Loose ball. Can Saints capitalise on it? It's going to be a knock-on with the referee play advantage. Saints head and feed, and Saints build up again. Can they cross this Wigan whitewash? Andy Leatham. Andy Haig, I beg your pardon. Steve Prescott. Steve Prescott on the blind side. Prescott breaks through, pushes 2, 3 off, held down, 10 metres short. Saints now with Andy Haig at dummy half. Phil Waring, Phil Beavers along the line. Paul Anderson, lofted ball. Taken by Mike Riley. Did well, he covered up well there. But the Wigan cover defence coming back at a hefty rate of knots. Chris Morley, no way through for him. Wigan again line up. They come up in a straight line. Saints looking for that half gap. Paul Anderson, no way through the last tackle of the sequence. Phil Waring. Waring grubbers it for the corner. Robinson's missed it. Sean Edwards gathers it. Edwards in a sweeper roll, covered it up there. Now the Saints will try and hold Gary Connolly as he comes crossfield. He's bringing it over to the Afire wing. It's now with Radlinski. Radlinski slips it inside to Afire. Afire to Connolly. Good work. Connolly started it, and Connolly still going. Slips it out to Cowie. Wigan machine grinds on. Cowie looking for support on the inside, but the Saints had him covered this time. Twigger-Marler shrugs one off. Block busts forward, out of 2, out of 3, finally hauled down at the 4th attempt. The big Western Samoan powerhouse, centre 3/4, drives it forward. A fire. Inside ball, O'Connor. O'Connor coming crossfield, slips it out to the back door to Henry Paul. Paul within 15 metres of the Saints try line. Wigan in the lead, 14 points to 0. Edwards. Simon Horton. 27 minutes have gone, and that's gone extremely quickly. As Edwards bringing the ball cross field on the last tackle. Cowie's held down. Super tackling by the Saints. They withstand the barrage. Hall in there at the tackle. It's now Prescott again, who's proved to be very elusive this afternoon. Looked very sharp on the Saints right wing. Played a lot of his Alliance team football on the wing, did Steve Prescott, and then asked to go to the full-back berth. A challenge which he took admirably. Kevin O'Loughlin brought down. Vevers moved it over. Now it's with Simon Booth. Booth's run well from the loose forward position. Last one now. Vevers. He gets it away with Sean Edwards coming in to close him down. Puts it deep downfield. Gary Connolly works with Jason Robinson. Robinson comes infield, but Connolly puts the gas pedal down again. Breaks out of 4 tackles. Looks as though he was going to release it to Quinnell in support. Simon Horton, rampaging run. Horton with a fire on his outside, but he turns it inside. Good tackling by the Saints. It's got to be. Can they withstand the barrage? Edwards turns it inside to Hall. Inside to a fire. Now it's with Quinnell. The fire didn't want to know though, you know. Clear line, I think. Well, Quinnell still going. Oh, that's a super try, That's a magnificent try by Quinnell. His second of the afternoon. And the man just kept rolling and rolling and rolling. He's been replaced by Richard Shield. No, beg your pardon, by Paul Matheson. Paul Matheson, I think, is the man that's gone on. So number 16, Paul Matheson, on to replace Paul Anderson. So Matheson with his first full-team debut as Wigan kick off again. Saints trailing 20 points to 0. Kevin O'Loughlin breaks through one, but that powerhouse Wigan tackling, you can see it's just rolling forward, rolling into the Saints. Saints spectators gathered in the cop there, try to rally the side. It's going to take a lot of rallying this afternoon, there's no danger about that. And Saints now with league matches against Leeds on New Year's Day and Warrington a week this Friday brought forward, and also with a slight problem with Warrington in the Regal Trophy semi-final this Saturday at Nosey Road. And let's hope some of the players will have recovered enough to take part in that game. We're going to have the possession. Vevers kicked it through on the last tackle. Neil Cowie brought down 10 metres short. Wigan in the lead, 20 points to 0. Simon Horton. Cassidy, 8 metres into the Saints half. Hall attacked in half. Saints move up quickly. Edwards tries to capitalise on a gap at the back, but Steve Prescott tidies it up. 4 Wigan defenders come to meet him. Chris Radlinski, there's the first one in. O'Loughlin attacked in half back now to Danny Arnold. A test of courage for these Saints youngsters this afternoon. Matheson, strong lad, driving it up. Gareth Cunningham, Vevers out there to Phil Waring, but Saints are not going anywhere as Wigan move in and close them down. Simon Booth, 12 metres short of the halfway line. Last tackle of the sequence. Edwards comes in to close Phil Vevers down. He puts it downfield, puts it behind Gary Connolly, who has to turn, gathers it safely. Saints are able to move up. Whirring the first man in, but he can't stop Connolly. Booth went in, but it was Mike Riley that actually got an ankle tap to him. Cassidy breaking away from the acting half-back position. Wigan again, bring it blindside. Quinnell. He's lost possession. It's going to be a knock-on, even though Martin Hall, I think, was quickly in there and scooped it back. Quinnell just turning as he broke out of the tackle, looking to release the ball to supporting Wigan players, but it was knocked forward. Saints couldn't capitalise on it. Martin Hall was in there, quickly scooped it back, but it's head and feed to the Saints with 6 minutes remaining of the first half. Kevin O'Loughlin coming in off a drop-off pass, taken down by Radlinski. Vevers whirring inside to Arnold. Arnold pushes off one. 15 metres short. Can the Saints get points on the ball before half-time? Gareth Cunningham. Oh, well held back there. Tackle by Henry Paul that pushed Cunningham back in his tracks. Vevers. Lofted cut-out ball. Overlap for the Saints if the ball can be released. Slipped out of the back way. But a fire comes in with the tackle. Saints move it over. Chris Morley on that right side. Slips the ball inside to Mike Riley. Good cover defence by Wigan. Saints had Wigan on the rack. And can Saints squeeze in? It's the last tackle there of the sequence. Vevers, well, took his eye off the ball. Wigan came in and closed Vevers down. That's what they're meant to do. Come in on the last tackle. Force the opposition into an error, which they did. And the turnover will be executed. The referee just stopping the clock while the ball is retrieved. But it's Wigan that will restart. Can Saints hold Wigan in their own 20 for the remainder of this set of 6? 4 minutes to the interval. Wigan in the lead, 20 points to 0. Hall from acting half. Well, didn't play that ball correctly. That's a correct decision, that, Mr. Well, I'm just going to say that's a correct decision. They didn't play the ball correctly. But after all said and done, he penalised the Saints for holding down at the tackle. But the kick to touch didn't go in. Steve Prescott kept it in field. And Saints now with a chance before half-time. Kevin O'Loughlin just inside the 20. Gareth Cunningham attacked in half. Cunningham takes it the blind side. O'Loughlin inside to Whirring. Devine as the dummy run. Vevers. Now it's with Morley. Short ball from Morley. But the cover defence from Wigan comes across. 5 metres from the Wigan line. Can Saints get points on the board? Inside pass. Saints pressing. The last one again. The Saints held just short. The ball out this time to Whirring. Whirring grubbers it. Do Wigan have to play it? They certainly do. The Wigan man held down there. Taken down over the dead ball line in possession. As the Saints cover defence comes in. And the Wigan player taking a knock. Good cover defence by the Saints. They've got to come in there. I think it's Henry Paul that's actually down. But Wigan kick it off. Sean Edwards with the variation. Booth slips it out to Whirring. Wigan with a man down as Morley drives for the line. 10 metres short. Wigan still reduced to 12 men with the player being injured. Leatham tries to keep it going. Vevers there, attacked in half. He brings it blindside. Nick Devine. Devine again. Oh, but that's a tackle and a half from Twigamala, isn't it? Whirring. Saints can't take it, the ball gone back. O'Loughlin slips it to Riley. Two minutes to the interval, plus any added time. Beavers, inside ball there to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin loses possession. Wigan are taking in the in-goal area again. But the knock-on given. Scrum down to be formed. Wigan head and feed. $20 points to 0 the score. Can't grumble at the Saints' commitment in this first half. Obviously a side decimated by injuries. 11 regular first teamers out, 10 through injury, 1 through suspension. Saints mercurial captain Bobby Goulding. Radlinski to a fire. A fire breaks through one. A fire puts the pedal down. A fire's on his way, but Danny Arnold's chasing him all the way. And Arnold catches him, wraps him up, and throws him into touch on the far side. A great tackle by Arnold, a great run. And we know the pedigree of Arnold's pace. And he comes across there and gives the high five and salutes the Saints crowd in the cop there in the back of the sticks. Great chasing by Arnold. Never gives up hope, but it looked a try all the way there. All the old pie eaters have thought it was a try all the way, wouldn't they? But they had to contend with Danny Arnold, and that's good running and good defence. O'Loughlin. 3 Wiganers take him down. Chris Morley taken down by Twigger-Marler. Simon Horton there as well. 40 minutes have elapsed. Actually playing in stoppage time as Nick Devine. But 3 Riversiders come in and close him down. Andy Leatham. Saints again, playing for pride. Beavers, Booth, O'Loughlin's chipped through, it's knocked down by Twigger-Marler. Whether it would have been allowed to go on or not, I don't know. Is the referee allowing advantage? And the referee is allowing advantage because Saints came up with possession. Twigger-Marler, well, a late tackle there on Beavers. The Saints keep the ball going. Nick Devine shows it, runs with it. Takes a high one off Cowie. Matheson there, Paul Matheson, good driving run. Gareth Cunningham brings it blindside. Andy Haig shows the ball. Pushes 2 off. Cassidy's there along with O'Connor. Well, great support from the Saints travelling faithful. One Danny Arnold, they say, after that great tackle on the fire. But as the troops go in for a very welcome half-time break, it's Wigan in the lead by 20 points to 0. Paul opened the scoring in the 6th minute with a penalty goal. Then 3 tries from Robinson, 2 from Quinnell, all 3 goal by Paul. So the half-time score here at Central Park is Wigan 20, St Helens 0. Both teams back on the pitch now, and before we get underway, don't forget, get your Wigan Grand Slam tape, a season review of last season. Tries, great tries like they've scored this afternoon, can be seen on the tape, available in the galleries and also the club shop, also from Micron Video, Gidlow Lane. The Saints also have end of season try tape, all the best tries from last season available from the club shop, and also don't forget your centenary season video, another great Micron production available from Micron Video, Gidlow Lane, Wigan. Wigan with a substitute on there for the second half. Andrew Johnson on at half-time. Can Wigan keep up the charge? Can the Saints hold this mighty Wigan machine? 20 points to 0 the score. And Wigan to kick off. Saints put some good touches together throughout the first half, but pure strength from the mighty Wiganers have seen them through. Saints have Richard Shield on at half-time. Nick Devine taken down by Twigger-Marler. Saints break quickly. Gareth Cunningham up to the halfway line. Last one of the sequence. Wigan defending. Saints in possession. Vivers gets his kick away under pressure from Edwards. Connolly right under it. No problem for Connolly. Safe as houses. Both sides past one. Taken down by Vivers. Vivers and Connolly in the Saints side for many years together. Good strong run there. Simon Horton. Rob Smythe also on at half-time. Loose play there. Connolly. Scrum down. Saints head and ball. Vivers will feed. Saints come up for possession. Wigan break quickly. Could have been caught offside. As Waring goes up the middle. Brought down on the halfway line. Once again, the Saints build the charge up. Matheson. Cunningham at dummy half. Saints take it blindside. Richard Shield. Strong running. Eric Hughes will give his side a lot of confidence at half-time. As Wigan move up quickly. Oh, that's Simon Booth in the clear. Booth will be in at the corner. Nobody will stop him as Connolly comes across. And Booth opens the scoring in the second half. After just 2 minutes, with a great try, a lovely pinpoint diagonal pass. Put Saints first points on the board. Great running by the Saints. Richard Shield took it down this right side. Then it was moved crossfield. Wigan were pressing up quickly. Saints threw caution to the wind. The pass went to Booth. He was into a big gap and he drove it through. And Gary Connolly couldn't cut him off for the corner. And Booth goes in for his first of the season. And the Saints' opening score of this Boxing Day match. It was essential that obviously Eric Hughes, G's side up at half-time. They put some good touches in this first half. A lot of youngsters in the side. But you've got to be young to play at this game. It is a young man's game, isn't it? They've got on the board first. We're going to know that they can be split open. Last couple of games, they've not been playing too well. And they got defeated at Oldham the week last Sunday. But it's Cowie. Power and strength from Cowie. Quinnell and Horton proved dividends in this first half. There's Quinnell again, rampant Welshman, taking the Saints on. 2, 3 and 4 men at a time, but I don't think the ball was played correctly. Whether Saints had infringed, well, obviously Saints been a judge guilty of infringing there and not lining up correctly. Connolly played it quickly. Now it's with Robinson. Robinson turns, twists, should have let the ball go. 3 men over here on the left. Edwards running the angle. Drop off ball to Connolly. Turns inside to a fire looking for space. Still bobbing, weaving a fire. Turns the ball over the top. Wigan still in possession. 5 metres short. Well, the referee pulled them up for an infringement. Has he given a forward pass? No, he's penalised Saints for being offside, I think. Oh, head high tackle is the indication. And Wigan play it quickly. Horton, is he over? Well, he's just short. Right on the line. Wigan again. Oh, a loose pass there. Taken by Cowie. Hall steps up quickly, attacked in half. Saints regather the composure. Edwards looking for the runners, short ball to Robinson. Took it well, lovely drop-off ball as Edwards came through. Hall at dummy half, Edwards again, running the angles, drawing the defence. Cassidy, back to a fire, fire's taken, he gets the ball away under pressure. Horton for the line, and Horton's over this time. Wigan hit back in good style. 6 minutes into the second half. Simon Horton with the try, great rampaging run. Good work by Wigan, they moved the ball to the left, to the right, to drive it forward, a fire involved a couple of times, taking the ball over, all the players there, moving it across. It's Martin Hall with that conversion. So the Horton try makes it 26 points to 4. Wigan kick it off, bounces in the field of play, into touch. A scrum down, 20 metres in from the Douglas stand, 10 metres from the Saints try line. Saints head and feed. Beavers, he feeds, he brings it blindside. Prescott, as it comes in, no, beg your pardon, it's Mike Riley. Second half now, isn't it? Prescott was on this wing in the first half. Whirring, cross field, Saints move it. Now it's with Steve Prescott. Looked very impressive in the first 40. Saints in possession, midway between their own 20 and the halfway. Beavers puts it downfield. Rob Smythe. Connolly comes through the middle. Takes the tattle of Martin Walker. Wigan break quickly. Robinson. Cowie. Fire steps up well, he doesn't step up. Hall pushes him out of the way. He's at dummy half, now it's with Edwards. Little chip kick through, Saints pressing up. There is Jason Robinson, Wigan lining up. Cassidy's going to be held up. Oh, super tackling by the Saints. Cassidy must have got it down though, the referee's looking. He's pointed. The Saints look as though they had Cassidy contained. But it was great work there by Edwards. He saw that the Saints were all at 6s and 7s. They had nobody at full back. They'd all pressed up. Lovely, astute chip kick through, taken by Jason Robinson, following it up. 2 Wigan players in support on his left. He slipped it inside to Cassidy. The Saints defence came back. It looks as though they'd held Cassidy up by the post, but the strength of this man wriggled away, forced the ball over the whitewash, and another 4 points for Wigan. Hall converts it, 32 points to 4 now. Saints unfortunate there, but sheer brute strength. Eleven minutes of the half gone. 32 points to 4. Hall from the centre spot. Saints have the possession. Richard Shield. Block busting forward, Shield, but compared to some of these big lads in the Wigan side, he's not going to make much forward progress. Saints in possession. Cowie in there, and along with Jason Robinson, try to wrestle him to the ground. Simon Booth, the sole try scorer, been impressive, slips the ball away. O'Loughlin, the man there, finally wrestled to the ground. Horton round the legs, Robinson round the top. It's the last one of the sequence. Gareth Cunningham again, chips it. It's all on. He chips it through, Connolly gathers it, and Cunningham completes the tackle. Was on the last tackle there. Cassidy breaking, no, but Johnson, I beg your pardon, Andrew Johnson, powerful run, he breaks forward. Now it's with Hall, now Quinnell looks as though he copped a little high one there. Martin Walker going to be spoken to, did look a little high, but Quinnell kept running, now he's just having a blow. Wigan with the penalty, they take it quickly. Cassidy there, looking for the way through. Edwards, just as his ankle's tapped. 10 metres short, he's centre field. Hall, Robinson, inside ball to Johnson. Johnson releases it, back to Edwards. Over on the far side. Cassidy, he's hauled down, still 10 metres short. Saints are containing Wigan at present. Edwards looking for the runners. Connolly's there. Connolly slips it away. Out to Cowie. Out to the back door. Tidied up by Twigger-Marler. He loves the building up head of steam, doesn't he? The big man's going for the corner. He attracts a lot of attention. So he should. 16, 17 stones of best Western Samoan beef there, driving forward. Edwards, Robinson, oh, lovely ball to Connolly, over the top, Radlinski tidies it up, over to a fire, and a fire's covered up, the Saints cover defence comes across, Andy Haig taking a knock there, gone down, grimacing, holding his chest. Oh, Horton in for the second, behind the sticks, at the floodgates home for Wigan. They certainly split the Saints defence there in centre field as they've gone close on the top corner. Saints held them, they moved it right across to the left hand side. Saints held them, then turned it back inside, and Horton in after 15 minutes of the second half. They've obviously been stitched up. Hall pops it over, another 6 points to Wigan. Even though we probably know it's a lost cause this afternoon. And as I say, let's hope that some of the Saints wounded can be fit for Saturday. Wigan play a week on Saturday against Leeds in the other Regal Trophy semi-final. They've also got a little encounter against Warrington on New Year's Day of Wigan over at Wilderspool. Beavers. Midway between his own 20 and the halfway. Saints trailing 38 points to 4. 17 minutes of the second half have gone. Great tackling there, Cowie on Martin Walker. A good kick across field. Connolly takes it, keeps it in field. The cover defence comes across. Waring has Connolly round the ankles. A fire sandwich there as he tried to go through. Andy Leatham, one of the tacklers there, along with Richard Shield. Hall slips it inside. Johnson back to Edwards. Edwards looking for the runners. Quinnell's there. Man mounting. Quinnell drives it forward. Edwards again taking charge of this game now. Lovely ball to Connolly. Well, they got mixed up there, didn't they? Too many cooks spoil the broth, as they say. There should have been a try all over for Wigan, but too many bodies, and Saints came up with the possession. Nick Devine. And Andy Waring on to Martin Walker. Giant of a forward, Walker. The ball taken well by Nick Devine off his bootlaces. Tries for a knock-on from the Homesters. In fact, everybody in this Douglas stand. Booth flips it out. Arnold turns it inside to Prescott. Prescott tries to pirouette out of the tackle. Twiggermala's over there, hauls him to the ground eventually. Waring with a chip kick through. Edwards takes it. Oh, and clattered for his pains by O'Loughlin. Well followed through there by Kevin O'Loughlin. Horton going to be replaced and Martin Dermott's going to be introduced. Cassidy taken down by Devine. Martin Walker. Good running. Quinnell through two, taken down at the third attempt. But Wigan full of running. Edwards changes the point of attack, turns it inside to Hall. Now it's with Cowie. Cowie turns in the tackle, looking for support. The last one of the sequence. Wigan play it quickly. Edwards. Lofted ball over to the far side. Twiggermala out to Smythe. Smythe's in. Quick transference of the ball by Wigan. Move it well. Good run from Quinnell that set it up midfield. Turned it to the right. Lovely hands by Wigan. Turned it over there and Smythe in at the corner. Horton comes off. This Walker, one for the future. Big lad. Giant forward. He'll be nurtured and brought through the ranks. Saints come forward again. Johnson there, one of the tacklers, along with Dermott, the one-time regular first-team hooker here at Central Park. Had a testimonial season, and that man there in your possession, Phil Beavers, in a well-earned testimonial season now. Simon Booth looking for a way through. 42 points to 4 the score. 19 minutes of the game remaining. Short pass there, which went forward. Saints couldn't take it. The mighty Wigan driving it forward. Saints playing for pride this afternoon. Lots of first-team players out. Edwards there has the possession. He gets the ball back. Switch move, but O'Loughlin spotted him. A little bit of hanky-panky at the play of the ball as Wigan still driving forward. Edwards not happy with his charges. Shouting, pointing, bringing the ball cross field. Now with Robinson. He slips it away. Wigan keep it going. It's now with Edwards. They miss out Johnson. Give it to Connolly. Connolly puts the pedal down. Draws the defence in. Slips it to a fire. Radlinski now. Dermott on to Johnson. Johnson, oh, that's knocked forward, I think. The referee spotted it. And Wigan should have been in there. They're throwing the ball about like nobody's business. But it just didn't come off for them. Saints head and feed from the scrum. They bring it blindside. The Wigan defence comes in. And Saints with 80 metres, obviously up to the Wigan whitewash. Beavers. Booth. Catalogue of injuries for the Saints. Newlove, Sullivan, Matautia, Northey, Cunningham, Hayes, Joint, Hammond, Perolini and Gibbs. and Bobby Golding suspended. The last one of a 3-match suspension. Phil Waring trying to vary the play. Richard Shield steps up, attacked in half. Morley up to play the ball. Cowie the man penalised this time. And sympathetic jeers from the homesters here, as they say, well, States have been doing it and not been penalised. Richard Shield. Shoulder charge by Cowie, comes back, he drives again. Quinnell has him. Hall there in as well, but Saints making good forward progress. Can they penetrate the Wigan line for only the second time in this match? Nick Devine into the Wigan 20. Saints playing up to their spectators in the second half. Haig, Hall back onto the 20-metre line. Wigan break quickly. Waring chips it through, puts pressure on Gary Connolly. Connolly breaks out of the tackle, can't get out of the second line of defence. Good work there as Saints come in. Waring chipped it through. Connolly take it, broke through the first tackle, couldn't break free from the second. Beavers now. Paul Anderson back on. Come on as a replacement for Matheson. Beavers. Saints keeping the ball moving. Tackling is terrific. Saints breakaway. Is it young Cunningham? Just getting a bit dark up here at our end. Just can't pick him out. Beavers along the line. Waring. Paul Anderson. Good tackling on the far side by Wigan. Saints dribble it through. Steve Prescott. The ball coming back. Is this an offside decision? To knock on both ways, I think the referee is giving. He gives scrum down. Saints head and feed. Come on, you Saints is the cry, with Saints now with a set of 6 to try and get more points on the board. Waring shows the dummy, draws it forward, still goes again, does Phil Waring, looking very sharp. Wigan penalised for offside. Saints will take it quickly again. Phil Beavers. He'll tap it. And he puts it into touch. Gives Saints a little bit of room. The old head of Beavers, 12 seasons here at Nosey Road. Nick Devine. Haul down, 3 metres short. Gareth Cunningham. Beavers takes it under pressure, gets it away. I think that's Andy Leatham. Haig attacked in half. Saints move it left. It's Beavers again. He's running the show. It's Beavers. Paul Anderson. But well taken down. The mighty Wigan machine. Don't want their line breached. Saints again, as I've said, playing for pride. Pumping the ball forward. Blindside ploy there. Gareth Cunningham just coming held up short. Last one of the sequence. Wigan will break quickly out of the ranks. Beavers. Arnold Waring. Arnold was chasing it up. He just couldn't get on the end of it. The planned move was there and Wigan had to knock it dead. Good move by Waring. Chipped it through. Arnold coming through at pace. And we know he's got some pace, don't we? Caught a fire before and hauled him into touch. So Connolly from between the sticks. Taken by Andy Haig. Haig builds up the head of steam. Well, fisticuffs going in there. Cowie. And a melee. Centre field. No need for that at all. We know what Cowie's like. He just lost his rag there. The Saints player had the possession and drove it in. Tempers just getting a little frayed. And the referee and the touch judge is right in on the job. 12 minutes to the final hooter. Cowie, the man that's going to be spoken to, surely. He was the man that was giving all the hooks there. He went in for the tackle and he just rallied him with a succession of punches. And if it was left to me, I think he'd be having the early bath. But it isn't, so there we go. Well, Cowie, the man being brought out. The referee's reaching for his pocket. Is it yellow or is it red? It's red, yes. And rightly so, in my opinion. The man just viciously attacking the Saints player in possession, and Cowie dismissed in the 29th minute of the second half. 69th minute altogether. The penalty, obviously 2 points no good. Beavers kicks it for touch. Actually loses a couple of metres there. But Saints will build up again. Couple of cut-out moves. Anderson over on the far side. Out to Prescott. Can Prescott come in? Well, the touch judge is in there on the far side. Prescott stepped into touch. Forced in. The scrum down 20 metres in. And about 15 metres from the Wigan try line. Wigan head and feed. Trigamala. That's it, penalised. Relying on at the tackle. Didn't look a lot in that because Trigamala looks as though he was up straight away. The referee thought different. Wigan keeping it going. Slightly loose play, but Robinson puts the gas pedal down. Ting down by Haig. Came in well, covered there. Robinson next now with Connolly, and Connolly will do the same. Haig's in on him. Connolly and Haig, teammates when Connolly was at St Helens. Johnson, in and out. Taken down as Wigan drive for the line again. 42-4, they're in the lead. Cassidy. Edwards coming back for the loop movement, but it's Robinson that brings it over. It's now with Cassidy. Oh, Cassidy scampers through. Wigan approach the half century. It's now 46 points to 4. Great work there by Wigan, and another great try. With 31 minutes on the clock in this second half. Connolly coming off for a well-earned rest. And Andy Craig replacing Gary Connolly. Saints have the possession, trailing 46-4. 7 minutes to go in what will be the last Boxing Day clash between these two sides in the league anyway, considering we're in Super League football next season and summer rugby. Gareth Cunningham, Beavers. The ball charged down. Radlinski takes it, juggles with it. Wigan putting Saints under pressure. A fire, looking for his first of the afternoon. Been well contained. Paul Anderson coming in there, along with Andy Leatham, I think it was. As I say, it's very dark from up here, the back of the stand, looking out onto the pitch. Please excuse me if I get you wrong. Dermott, Johnson. Dermott again, attacked in half. He scampers away, as he used to do. On to Quinnell. Quinnell's in for his hat-trick. Sheer power play by Wigan, that is. And that brings up the half-century. 6 minutes to go. Wigan register the 50. With the Saints side depleted through injury, but great rampaging run by Quinnell. He's looked really sharp this afternoon. He's run strong and hard, and sheer power play from this big Welsh rugby union convert. Hall converts it, makes it 52-4. Hall tags the extras on, 52-4 the score. 5 minutes remaining, and it won't come too quick, this final outer, as far as I'm concerned this afternoon. Another power display by Wigan as they mount up their charge for the retention of the Regal Trophy. And they play Leeds a week this Saturday. As I said, they also have a small problem with the Warrington at Wilderspool on New Year's Day. But the lads in the Saints side have certainly done themselves proud this afternoon. Difficult tie, baptism of fire, as I've said, being introduced here at Central Park against the mighty Wigan. Prescott closing down on Smythe. He comes in centre field, held down, 10 metres short of the halfway line. Strong running. Wigan in possession. Midway between the Saints 20 and the halfway line. Edwards turns it back inside. Hall slips it out. Quinnell going for his fourth. Powers under the sticks. Drives over. Great running. Edwards set him up midfield. And Wigan with another great try. Sheer pace. Strength. And it has to be said, a different class this afternoon. Got a lot of pride in the Saints team for the side they put out this afternoon, lacking 11 regulars. Hall converts it, 58-4 the score, and Wigan will kick off from the centre spot. Quinnell, the Wigan man of the match, and it's not surprising, is it? The big Welshman has had a stormer. 4 tries, run like a rampaging bull through the Saints side. Phil Beavers, captain for the day, and obviously the senior member of the Saints squad, trying to rally his side. Held up well, only 20 points to nil at half-time. Saints scored first. It was essential that they scored first. We thought before the floodgates opened by Wigan, but eventually they did. And Saints only with that Simon Booth try to the credit for this afternoon's efforts. In the last minute of normal time, the Saints keep the ball moving. O'Loughlin still trying to the end. Cunningham attacked in half. Well, O'Loughlin finally allowed to play it. Waring chips it through, keeps it hard and low. And does he find touch? Has he gone touching goal? It has gone into touch, and a scrum will be formed 20 metres in and 10 metres from the Wigan line. 58-4, and as far as Graham West and his side are concerned, another job very well done and very well executed. The Wigan machine gets back into full flight, even though it is, as I keep saying, against a depleted Saints side. Smythe couldn't take the ball, it's still loose. The Saints have the possession. Saints do. The referee's going over. He's given a knock on. It's going to be a scrum down. Saints had him feed. Graham West threatened the Wigan side with the obviously lacklustre performances of the last few weeks, that he would wield the axe. They've come up with the goods this afternoon. I mean, they should come up with the goods this afternoon. Beavers, Waring, O'Loughlin, inside to Haig. Up to the 20, last gasp for the Saints. Well, just as I say, last gasp, the final hooter goes. A convincing win for the Central Park outfit. 20 points to nil at half-time. Booth got the try in the second minute of the second half. Saints made it then 20 points to 4. Then it was all Wigan. 2 from Horton, 1 from Cassidy, 2 from Cassidy, beg your pardon, 1 from Smythe, 2 from Quinnell, making him 4 in all. So the final score here at Central Park, as Wigan go around and salute their public, the Saints team. Well, that's great from the Saints, isn't it? They go and bow over to their travelling supporters, who's got behind them all afternoon, even though we knew we was on a hide into nothing from the mighty Wigan this afternoon. Saints team goes over there, salutes the travelling spectators, but the final score here at Central Park is Wigan 58, St Helens 4. Thanks for joining us. Join us for the next game. You've been with Micron.